except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying?
This is why I train in martial arts.
Man versus bear. Some of y'all are really in y'all feelings about the whole man versus bear thing. First of all, when I heard about the man versus bear thing, I assumed that this had to be some kind of metaphor that people were going to try to make a statement out of it. I vaguely remembered it being a racism because that's how old I am. I wasn't quite sure. I remember hearing stuff like that where they would actually say black man versus bear, which would you rather run into? And then people would let the racisms fly out. But I still don't remember even too many people taking that serious. They were just like, oh, somebody just wanted to be racist. And we just threw that over in a corner. But then, dudes started taking it a little bit too much to heart. And I was like, well, all right, it is offensive. But I'm not going to let that ruin my day. And then, when I asked a couple people about it, I noticed what I started seeing online. There's some women that actually literally think that it's safer to meet the bear than to meet a man. So I wasn't even going to speak on this at all about what will happen. Which would you rather meet in the woods, a man or a bear? Which one's actually safer? And I was like, okay. And then I know some guys are going to come back and counter with, well, it's safer for a man to actually meet a bear in the woods than to meet a woman because no. So this is martial arts. I'm going to talk about what has happened to people that have met a bear in the woods. Martial artists that have met a bear. So I think it goes without saying that in general, if you want to ask me which I prefer to meet in the woods, a person or a bear, I would most likely rather meet a strange person in the woods because I stand a better chance against a person. But to be honest, here are a few instances where some people actually met the bear, people who were martial artists, and they actually overcame or at least survived the bear. So the first instance, I have 3 instances here. 2 are verifiable, 1 is not. There are 2 karate instances. Well, so I'm going to say that's from the striking arts. There was a guy who was lightly injured in his bear encounter in, Nayoro City in Japan. I have a link to that article. He beat the bear with kicks and hammerfist strikes. There's another guy, martial artist. Okay, so this first one was a black belt. Second one was a black belt in a striking discipline. This is a guy descending from Mount Futago in Japan. He came across an angry female bear. He used hammer fists and kicking to defeat the female bear. Okay, by defeat, I mean he managed to protect himself from the bear. Okay, there's also a YouTube video about it. About his bear attack that I'm going to link to. I'm not going to put it in here as I don't want any copyright strikes. There's something else that I read years ago. I've actually seen 2 instances, but I can't find them now. Okay. This is from the grappling side. Not that they put the bear in a rear naked choke, but they used judo throws. Judo throws against the bear because the bear was rushing at him. Okay. So I'm listing this as unverifiable, just Google listings, because if you do put in the search and you type into Google, Kaichi Yagamuchi throw bear, if you type that into Google, you are going to get some hits. They just aren't linked to solid news articles anymore, but there are people referencing the text of their article. So for that one, a man used a judo throw to scare off a bear that attacked him when he was picking mushroom on a Nagano Prefecture mountain Monday afternoon, police said. Okay. Every time I try to link back to those original articles on these, I can't find them anymore. So it would make sense that you could use judo to defend yourself against a bear. Way, way back in the day, when I asked people, is there any way to fight off against a bear? That's when I heard the same advice everybody else gives. If it's a white bear, you're done. You're done. You need a gun. You're done. If it's a black bear, you can make yourself larger and scare it off. If it's a brown or a grizzly bear, you may have to curl up in a ball and just hope it gets bored with you. But if you have to strike, this is any animal. If you have to strike any mammal, try to strike at the snout or at the eyes if possible. But going across the snout, or just make it just try to make it so that you're too difficult for them to go after you and they'll go after easier prey. Or like the classic jokes say, you don't have to beat the bear. You just have to outrun the person that's with you. Just have someone with you who's slower than you so that the bear chooses them. But seriously, don't take this as Master Cecil is giving away techniques on how you can fight against the bear. Because I'm going to tell you now, if you're a student of mine, I'm not going to give you anti-bear techniques. We're not going to practice anti-bear techniques. You're not going to sue me because you got halfway mauled to death because you thought that I told you that you could do side kicks and use Kyusho Jitsu on the bear. Okay? I want to tell you what common sense is going to tell you. Not to try the bear. And that's just like any situation. Try not to get into a dangerous situation. If you just have no choice because the thing's on you and you know that you can't escape, then you're going to have to fight for your life because you really don't have a choice. If you really don't have a choice and you're trying to fight for your life, try to snout something. And if there's any evidence, the only two that I can verify are the ones that still have active links where they did it, they survived, they still got injured, but their victory is that they're alive. And that's supposed to be the benchmark for any really true self-defense situation, honestly, is that you're alive. But for you people who really think it's safer, I mean, there are people that literally think that it's safer to handle a bear in the wild than a person in the wild. Rather than than that being a metaphor. If you think it's better, this is one thing that I'm surprised people forgot about. Remember the bear that ate someone's kayak? Remember the bear that ate the kayak? I'm pretty sure that person would have rather not met the bear at that time because they probably would have wished the bear didn't eat their kayak. So, martial arts standpoint, man or bear, human or bear, your odds are better with the human. Okay? They are. But, yes, some people have used martial arts techniques to defeat the bear. And by defeat, I mean, I shouldn't even say defeat. That's even too strong. To survive. To survive. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share it to people like to talk about the martial arts and peace. And as always, thank you for your time. And I hope that you never have to encounter a bear in the wild. Peace.